This week's guest has transitioned flawlessly from being a head coach to being a lead administrator. For the last 2 years, she's been the head lady of Bulldog Nation. Sit back and enjoy as I shine the Sunday spotlight on McKinney North's Jae Gaskill. How did being an associate principal at North get you ready for the day-to-day challenges that you face now?
I was very fortunate to be able to work in a capacity of associate principal here at McKinney North for 9 years. For any new principal coming in, one of the biggest things is developing relationship with people and then also understanding the culture of the building that you're now a leader of. And so for me, while working on relationships is something you have to do all the time, the benefit was I really already knew the culture. I'd been a part of it for 9 years. Our culture is very much a feeling of family, high expectations, and I was already ingrained in a part of that and really knew what was going on as far as how the culture goes. And I think that was a benefit for me as if I'd have been someone that came in and didn't know really a whole lot about the building. So that was a great help and asset for me whenever I took over the role as principal.
How has the $17.5 million expansion and renovation projects helped North prepare for being a 6A school in 2020?
Well, as far as preparing to be a bigger school, I think the biggest benefit from it is something that the kids said right from the very beginning. They loved the feeling. It had a more mature, more collegiate feeling. It made them feel, more grown up, and they loved it, thought it was beautiful. So I think that's one piece of it, is that we want our kids to have that college-going feeling. We know not everybody goes to college, but we want to prepare them as much as possible, so at whatever time they might make that decision. The other piece of it was we got some very needed spaces for some of our CTE programs, aviation, health science. Those were a big focus of the addition, and then of course some needed classrooms that will help us as we grow from year to year.
Can you give some insight into the special bond and relationship you share with Boyd Principal Jennifer Pearson and McKinney Principal Alan Arabi?
First of all, I would just say it's very fortunate, and I'm so thankful every day to have that bond with the two of them. I've been fortunate enough to work with Jennifer for many years, and then I've known Alan for several years. He's been here in the district, but as we moved into the principal role, and just being able to work with them on a daily basis, they really are an attribute to me being able to be successful, I feel like. I think it's really important in education. Education is a great job. You have so many rewards from education, but at the same time, it's a tough job. And so you have to have that circle of friends that you can depend on, and I am very lucky to say that Alan and Jennifer are a part of my circle of friends.
What about coaching sports prepared you to be the highly respected administrator that you've grown into today?
Well, thank you. I think everything. I think the role of a coach really prepared me in many, many ways. From working with kids to working with parents. It helps see the aspect of my responsibility is to develop and ensure success for individuals, but not at the demise or the lack of benefit for the team. And I think that's kind of the same thing here, is that on a daily basis we're always looking out for each and every individual student and teacher and help them grow along the way, but we make a lot of decisions on what's best for the overall team, and we have to do those things. And I learned all that from coaching. You learn hard work, you learn dedication, you learn how to build a team, you learn how to seek out individual strengths and then how to grow weaknesses, and all of that really came from coaching. So I attribute a lot, or any success that I have, to my time spent as a coach.
How much does the success of the Bulldogs athletic programs translate to success in the big picture for your vision here at North?
Well, it's great. I mean, we all know success breeds success. And whether it's in a classroom, on an athletic field, a fine arts performance, it really doesn't matter what it is. Anytime a kid gets to experience success, it builds confidence and helps prepare them for that next challenge. And it is a big part of what we do here. You'll go to our events, and it really doesn't matter what it is. There'll always be groups of kids that are there supporting their friends. And for those that are performing or competing, they don't want to let their friends down. You can tell they have pride in doing a job well. And that's really important to us, and I think it's part of that big picture of being a family and just being the best at whatever we do.
Although it's not a bracket sport, how big a deal was to see the girls go back-to-back here in MISD, their first team to ever do it, and they have to be home of the North Bulldogs?
Amazing. I have the utmost respect for Coach Richards, her coaching staff, and of course the girls. I think sometimes they don't realize exactly what a big deal that was that they have done to be back-to-back winners. Last year to score more points than any team has ever scored. That's history book making. And so track and field, especially for girls sports, is very near and dear to my heart. My dad was a part of a group of coaches that started that as a UIL sport for women, for girls in high school. And so it's something that's really important to me, and to see them be successful is great. The win is amazing. But I think the thing that's the biggest prideful moment for me is seeing how much they support each other, and even other runners. It was a huge joy just to watch them be supporting each other, be happy for each other, encourage each other, and then other runners that they didn't even know. It was just great. And I think that I know hard work goes into it. I mean, that's not anything that I don't know. I know that they spent lots of hours and lots of hard work to prepare them to get to where they were. But I also think that a piece of it that others can't duplicate is really how much they take care of each other and support each other. And again, that goes back to us really being a family, and just that whole McKinney aspect of community.
Final question before you get off the hot seat.
You bet.
How is it to be the lead lady of Bulldog Nation?
That's amazing. For a long time, I always had an aspiration of being a building principal, but for me it was more about really it being the right spot, for me. And there's no better place for me than here. I love being a Bulldog. I love being a part of McKinney North and the McKinney ISD community and family. And there was no happier day for me whenever I was given the opportunity to lead McKinney North. I'm very grateful every day, and I tell people all the time still, even on the worst day, I'm super happy to be at work. And be, walking the halls and dealing with our students and staff. It's just a great opportunity. I'm very, very lucky and thankful.